Bookworms. I read a book and it took me to some places. It made me think about life a little and it was a very interesting read. Let's talk about it. Bookworms, welcome to the Weekend Readers Book Club. Thank you for joining us. In this episode, we are discussing the 2010 released novel by the GOAT himself, John Grisham, entitled The Confession. So, The Confession is a story about a murder. A girl gets murdered. A gentleman gets charged and is found guilty of the murder and is sitting on death row. His name's Dante. It comes up time where the Texas State Commission of Execution, they've said, hey, Dante, it's time to pay for what you did, and his execution date's coming up. However, there is a gentleman named Travis. Travis is, well, out and about. He's got freedom, and he has decided, you know what? It's about time I actually confess, because that girl that they convicted Dante in killing, I killed her. And what we have is a story that follows mainly Travis as he journeys back to the town where Dante is about to be executed, and Travis's journey to actually confess to the crimes of killing this girl, Nikki, back in the day when he was living there. So Bookworms, I have read and finished The Confession by John Grisham, and these are my thoughts. Now previously I just said what the story is about. I left one important aspect out, and that is the girl Nikki who was killed is white. Dante, the gentleman who is on death row about to be executed for killing Nikki, is black. And Travis, the real killer, well, he's white. You see, this story is taking place in a Texas town that is, well, stuck in their ways in relation to being racist. I think that's the right word to say. The whites really want this black man to go down for the crime. The black people are like, he didn't do it, and are revolting against the white people in the town. All while Travis, the real killer, is just traveling back to Texas to try and tell his story. Now, in this story as well, with Travis, you have a gentleman who's a priest, which is actually really cool. Traveling with him, taking him back to Texas. You also have Dante's mum features in this story. Nikki's mum features in this story. So you have the mothers of the dead girl and the gentleman who is innocent sitting on death row. You also have Dante's lawyer who bats for him 100, knowing full well that he never committed this murder, and all the law enforcement in the town and at higher levels up are just all corrupt and crooked and just wanted to just get somebody charged for this crime so they could close the case. Whew! This story, as I said, it covers off the murder. Basically, you pick up the story a couple of days prior to the execution, follow it all the way through, get to the aftermath, and then come to the ending. Now, with the book, I gotta say, John Grisham does a great, it's just great character development in the confessional. Each character is brought in, roughly at the exact time their stories are addressed, and it allows for the story to tie together because it's capturing current day and also past days of what people are going through. It also captivates the racial aspect of the town a lot, very good. It was to a point where you read it and you can sort of get a viewpoint on what somebody, say, of black color in the same predicament as Dante may have went through at that time back in the day. And the sad thing about it is it makes you think because, like, while we as human beings think that everybody should be equal, there are places still like this where the color of your skin will get you charged for something that you didn't do. So it was a very well written book in relation to the racial undertones, be it black and white. Overall, story was interesting. It had me captivated throughout the whole story. Gotta say, I love the priest story in this book. There is a priest in this. His story is awesome. I will say this. I dislike the ending. I found the book traveled. Like, it took me on a journey, and then the end came, and the end was just like, alright, this happened, done. I'm like, come on, man, I wanted more. I was so invested in the story. I wanted more. The ending fell a bit flat for me. But in saying that, it is what it is. But yes, John Grisham, The Confession, that's a book I just read. Overall, I did enjoy it. Question is, will this book be going onto my bookshelf? The answer is no. I really enjoyed this book. And I'm going to give it to a mate to read to see if he likes it. I just didn't like the ending. I wanted more from the ending. Like, the ending hit the points. It just came suddenly. It was like, it's like you have, because the book is 400 odd pages, right? No, 456 pages. That's how long the book is. 420 of it is the story leading up to the ending, and then the last couple of chapters is the ending. I'm like, come on, man. Like, give us a bit more oomph. We want to know, like, give us the same respect in relation to building the book up, to letting it go down and capturing what happens after the fact. But hey, I didn't write the book, so I can't bag that. But yeah, John Grisham, The Confession, not going on my bookshelf. A book I thoroughly loved though. I enjoyed reading, it held my attention, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. As it customs here at the Weekend Readers Book Club, as one book closes, another book has to open, and it is now time to find out what the next read for the Weekend Readers Book Club is. At Bookworms, we can confirm that the next read is After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yes, the lady who I fell in love with after reading Malibu Rising is back for the Weekend Readers Book Club. After I Do, I picked this book up. It's one of her older books, so we're going to give that a whirl and see if I enjoy it. But yeah, After I Do, Taylor Jenkins Reid. You are the next read for the Weekend Readers Book Club. So Bookworms, that was my discussion and review of John Grisham Presents The Confession, or The Confession by John Grisham. A book that I enjoyed, a book that held my attention, a book that I didn't like the ending with. I really need to find, I have issues with endings. I've noticed on this journey of the Weekend Readers. If the ending's not good, I'm just like, but I get it. Each to their own. People want different things out of endings. So yeah, unfortunately this book will be passed on. But hey, would love to know what you think of The Confession by John Grisham or any other book that we read. If you wish to engage with us, you can. We are on Goodreads and Instagram under the name Weekend Readers Book Club. In addition, our podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts from and on YouTube under the name The Weekend Readers. Until next time, thank you again for joining us, and Bookworms, happy reading.